As starters, I will now introduce our panels for today's forum discussion. Firstly, we have Ms. Batrisyia, who is an owner of a beauty company targeted at young girls. Next, we have Ms. Aqilah, who is currently a high school student affected by this topic. Other than that, we have me. I'm Dania, and I'm a psychologist at a local hospital nearby. Lastly, we have Ms. Safiya, who is a feminist activist. As for the topic that will be discussed in today's forum, it is the impact of beauty standards on young girls. We will have two opposing sides, and they will share whether the impact is positive or negative. Now, I invite each of the panels I have introduced to share their thoughts on the matter as well as the explanation for it.
Beauty standards are societal norms that define what is considered attractive or desirable in appearance, varying significantly across cultures and historical periods. These standards often dictate specific body types and facial features. They are heavily influenced by media representations. It has different standards across the world, following the country's cultures and traditions. Beauty standards can be stepping stones for young girls to become a successful career woman. The reason being, when beauty standards exist, people will definitely look for products or items that could help them to achieve the appearance that they want. This action leads to the increasing demand for beauty-related products and services such as cosmetics, skincare, and beauty and aesthetic treatments. This growing demand encourages innovation, creativity, and competition within the beauty industry, pushing brands to constantly introduce new ideas. As the beauty industry grows and the market expands, job opportunities within this field also increase. As a result, young girls are able to build their own career in the beauty industry even at such a young age. Starting early also allows them to gain more experience and useful skills that can benefit them in the long run. They can be financially independent and lighten their parents' burden by making their own income. There are so many career paths that they can pursue in the beauty industry, such as cosmetologists, makeup artists, skincare company owners, and beauty salon owners. To support my point, Zandra Cunningham, a young beauty entrepreneur, started her career at the age of 9 years old. Since then, at just 18 years old, she has significantly expanded her plant-based skincare brand, which was initially developed to meet the needs of teenage skin. By introducing a wider range of products, including deodorants, body scrubs, and bar soaps. Beyond business growth, she is deeply committed to social impact. This is because 10% of her sales are donated to support education for girls across the globe.
Well, that was a very interesting point, but unfortunately, I have to disagree. Based on Ms. Batrysyia's points, those career paths that you have mentioned before are only able to benefit financially rather than younger girls' mentality. I can point out that creating beauty standards is not all roses, as it can cause harmful effects to us as teenagers. Growing up surrounded with peers having a social norm on how pretty a girl is supposed to be like has created an insecurity that affects teenagers' self-esteem. Moreover, the insecurity that was shaped will lead to them become self-aware of their bodies, and what is more concerning, they will develop unhealthy habits like frequently checking one's body image that will link to eating disorder and body dysmorphic disorder from young age. Not only that, but beauty standards can take away how teenagers will perceive other people. They are used
to judging their own body till they are capable of bringing others down just to make them look bad or vice versa. It is very concerning, as teenagers are easily influenced and have a fear of missing out, or also known as the FOMO culture. They hate the feeling of being left out and crave to be accepted by the social norm that was created by society. Another point of view, the consequences of beauty standards for teenagers, especially students, can result in them mainly focusing on their appearances more than their studies. According to the article that I have read, 4 in 10 children between the ages of 8 and 12 use social media, and 95% of teenagers also uses social media. Not to mention how scrolling hours on social media will only make them feel even horrible about their bodies. Thus, in return, they will neglect their academics and turn their attention more on fixing their looks and appearances. To link my points, growing into adults is going to be hard, as they will slowly grow even more insecure and vulnerable. For instance, they will see beauty as a competition and excessively obsessed with the features, pushing away basic skills as a normal human being. In the upcoming future, it will be hard for them to face the outside world as they are trapped within their insecurity.
That was a great point from you, Miss Aqilah, but I have to disagree. Adolescents do experience body image problems, but it is caused by the stigma around society and also traditions. Meanwhile, I do agree that it would affect their studies significantly. From my point of view, I think having beauty standards could boost their confidence. The reason for this is, good-looking people tend to get beneficial treatment. Some examples that I have extracted from an article I read are having features like a strong cheekbone, sharp nose, as well as fair and smooth skin. To further support my point, an article stated that these people are most likely to try new activities because they are not afraid of getting looked down on by other people. They are confident in every activity they try and would do it consistently. Beautiful people are more persuasive, they are effective communicators, and researchers have found that compared to unattractive speakers, attractive speakers were much more fluent talkers. Moreover, beauty can also signal good health. An article stated that the redness of a person's cheeks and lips indicates more oxygenated blood. To add to my point, based on an article I have read, economists found that physically attractive people earn roughly 12% more than those deemed unattractive. This might be because clients most likely prefer to work with people who are attractive. Attractive people are also most likely to receive promotions. As for my other view on this topic, I believe that it can create a sense of identity for them. It can enhance their first impressions by enforcing the halo effect, which is when attractive people are seen as more intelligent, kind, and competent. This causes them to have an easier way to build friendship, find their life partner, and succeed in any area they choose. Being attractive can also indicate that a person have a good personality, and it can also make them differ from other people out there. Our identity builds our personality or individuality. For example, you can observe the aesthetic choices of a ballet dancer significantly diverge from an IT worker who is attached to the keyboard for almost their whole lifetime. The ballet dancer might prefer soft colors, while on the other hand, the IT worker gravitates towards darker colors. Everyone differs from each other, and to further support both my claims, There are articles written about them. As for you, Miss Safiya, what are your thoughts on this topic?
That is an interesting point you have, Miss Dania. Unfortunately, I have to disagree with you. This is because the so-called beneficial treatment belittles other women in a way that even their existence does not matter to society, just because they look different. The treatment silence others in a great depth. Their self-defined and self-expression are silenced greatly just because they don't have strong cheekbone, sharp nose, and fair skin. A human being was supposed to be able to express their opinion and personality freely, yet women who don't fit the beauty standard do not have that freedom just because they are not what the society forces and wants them to be. Another thing to add, it is unacceptable the fact that women are being hired based on their look, not by their intelligence, soft skill, and experiences. A look won't guarantee a good performance, soft skills, and attitude. This will affect their mental health, thinking that their intelligent, soft skills, and experiences that were tirelessly achieved was all waste of time. It would also deeply strengthen the insecurity in them. They would question their self-worth, asking themselves whether their hard work are all unworthy. Are they unworthy? Aside from that, I would also like to point out the halo effect that seems to be helping certain people to get special treatment. It is not special treatment, but matter of bias. The question is, how long will the halo effect will last? Society relies too much on appearance to judge one character and personality. This messed up their mindset into thinking that it is okay to judge women just by their appearance. This happened because society chose to plant that kind of mindset into people's mind to ensure that women will follow the beauty standard. It even shows in an experiment that women who are physically attractive are less guilty of murder. It was also said in the article that these people receive light sentences. This proves that the halo effect is already deeply rooted in society. If the halo effect breaks off, what will happen to those who survive under it? Do people really think that this so-called effect will last forever? Our look won't last forever. Someday, this attractive look will be taken away, and so does everything that comes from it.
It looks like all panelists have shared their views on this topic. What I have to say is the points made by all of the panels are very interesting. Based on the points that were made, we all can agree that there are more negative impacts of beauty standards on young girls than its positive effects. Young girls, especially teenagers who are going into adulthood, should be taken care of more carefully and tenderly. They should be encouraged to celebrate and appreciate their natural beauty instead of changing themselves to fit society's narrative. As human beings, we are all born in our best form, and we should acknowledge our own features because each person has their own gift. Therefore, as a woman, I think that we all should embrace our flaws and stop pressuring ourselves to fit into the society's standards. When it's very normalized to fit into society's standards, we all ended up looking the same and lose our identity.
You are absolutely right, Ms. Batrisyia. Both sides have made their points. I also would like to say that the negative sides took a huge toll on not just young girls, but women in general. These negative sides have been going on for too long. It needs to be prevented before things escalate more seriously. Women should know that beauty not only comes from the outside, but also inside. A true beauty cannot be measured simply with naked eyes. It must be learned and explored. Through that learning and exploration, they were not only able to find their beauty there, but they were able to empower themselves by knowing who they truly are. At the end of the day, every woman are beautiful in their own way. All of us are born different. That difference is the true beauty as beauty comes in different form. This difference shapes us as a human being.